Good afternoon, everybody. Josie at my scrapbook table, or my journal making table. I was just doing a couple of little quick projects that I thought would be fun to share, and we'll make one together on camera. I'm just trying to decide when I'm making the videos how I want to address myself. I'm Daydreamer, that's the name of my little business, but I hate saying Daydreamer here. It sounds like I think I'm Incredible Hulk or something. Talking about myself in the third person. So today it's just Josie. Maybe I should have called my channel Just Josie. I'm sitting down in my little studio and I was actually listing some new junk journals on Etsy, which is really fun. So make sure you check those out. I'm gonna put my link in the description so that you can check out my little shop. But as I was making some new signatures for my larger junk journals, of course, what do you get? Scraps. And I'm really good at filing my scraps, but today I was trying to use some of my scraps to make ephemera, to stuff my journals, and I'd really like to fill my ephemera bucket. I used to just kind of make as I finished a journal, but it's taking up too much time now, so I would really like to just have a few days of just ephemera making, fill my bucket so that as I'm doing the journals, I just have a stash to get goodies from. So these are great ephemera. And what they are is all the little offcuts and whatever from the larger junk journals. Instead of filing them away in my scraps, I use them up right away today to make these little books, and they're so cute and fun, and they're nice to tuck inside. I know even in my regular, I don't know, my planner, I guess, that I use for work, I have it in bullet journal form, so every page in there has a number. So I don't like just jotting quick little notes in there because it's not like I can, you know, tear it out without wrecking my system. So a lot of times I just make myself little notebooks or notepads to stick in the pockets, and that's what I end up using the most for my to-do lists and stuff. So that's what these are great for. So I'm just gonna jump in, show you a little flip through, and then we'll make one. So this is it. This is wallpaper on the cover, and then I just used all the little extras that I had left over. I ink it up. These ones I'm gonna stuff with some little tiny ephemera, which I think will be cute and fun to make, and it'll make these a lot more usable once they get into the hands of the owner. So just quickly flipping through, like this is tea-dyed paper, this is a handmade paper, but these scraps are too small to use for the signatures in my large journals, so I thought this was just a really good way to use them up. And I really like how it's not wasting. So we've got little beads on the side. All of these I think I bound, but I'm gonna show you a quick way to do it where you don't have to worry about even tying your signature. So this one, I made a little tuck spot. This one's a little bit larger, so it would be lots of fun to decorate and actually use as a little journal, you know. Maybe write down your day. You could even put photos in here. The pages are large enough, and it has some pockets. And this is the smallest one that I made today. I thought it was cute. I didn't want to throw away this little scrap of wallpaper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really sparkly and shiny. So there you go. I hope this inspires you to get into your junk box and get busy. So there we go, and I just put a little clip because this one doesn't want to quite shut because it's still pretty freshly made. So I just grabbed a handful of stuff These are some of my leftover wallpaper bits. And they're really cute, but obviously too small for covers or anything like that. So you just basically grab a handful of your stuff and start folding. And I didn't do any of this ahead of time because I wanted you to see how fast it is. I use my bone folder to just sharpen the folds. And so what I do is, or what I've been doing, is I just get a big handful of stuff and I do all the folding. I don't worry about size, nothing like that at first. So here we go. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm really happy you're here. This is so fun for me, and I just want this to be fun for everybody. So the more people I can reach, the better. I'm just tickled that I'm getting so much traffic on my channel. Every time I get that email that I have a new subscriber, I would just love to send them a personal message and say thanks. So look, you can see this one's not even cut straight. Who cares? I'm folding it. I'll worry about that later. This is actually a very thick cardstock. This is chalkboard paper. My sister picked it up for me at the Dollar Tree. This one is already folded because I just unbound a regular notebook and then I tea-dyed all the inside pages for some of my smaller journals. And this was magazine page that I used in my last junk journal. I'm not even gonna waste that, but I am gonna tear it off because it's way too long. So, do I keep these? Yeah, I'll decide later. I'm such a hoarder. But I'm sure that you guys are my people, and you probably know what that's like. Everything can be used. This too is already folded, but it's too long, so I'm just gonna tear it. And these I do save because on the covers of some of my journals I like to layer. So there, now we've got a heap of stuff. So let's just, in no particular order, stick some of this together. This is from an atlas, which my kids thought was very interesting. Google Maps, that was not a thing when I was a kid. Let's get some of the scrapbooking paper in there, and I like this stuff because it is only one-sided, so there's lots of room to write on that side. This was the top of an envelope that I didn't need. The magazine page in there. Let's do this one. How thick are we? I think this is probably good. I really wanted that music paper. All right. Okay. So now we've got our stack of stuff. Do I have any? This is pretty close. So is this one. Let's go for this. Like this gold. And it's cut fairly straight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it. And then I'm just gonna take my little, what is this? A guillotine? Just gonna use that just to even out the edges because I know they're not straight. I don't care about the papers, but the cover I like to be straight. We had rain all morning, which meant studio time, and I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so I'm gonna use, this is We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. This was a treat for me when I had to go back to school. There we go. And by back to school, I mean for my job. I'm a librarian when I'm not at home doing this. Okay, so I think for height, the only one that's a little tall is our notebook paper. So I'm just gonna cut a little teeny bit off there. So there we go. I wonder if that's enough. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So now I'm gonna open it all up again. I wonder, where is, aha, this thing, amazing. You know why? I got this a long time ago. I have a huge stapler at my work that I use for repairing books, and every once in a while I borrow it if I want to make, you know, something that needs the length. But for little projects like this stapler is what the bee's knees. So then you just pop one, turn it around. There we go. And looky there, got a book. So I'm just gonna take this, flatten it down a little bit. And now, actually I think I'll go this way. Hope I put my music paper in the right way. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, so you're gonna see that we've got some stuff sticking out. So this is where you decide, do I want to tear it off or fold it in? In my case, I'm gonna fold it in because I want to make some pockets in here. If you're tearing it off, I just want to give you a little tip if I can. The best way to do it is your ruler, because if you hold it down and pull up, it'll tear it straight. Here, I'll just show you on here. So let's say that we wanted our notebook, oh, how about this atlas paper? It's a little bit long. So just measure it to where you want it to be. Grab the corner. There you go. No scissors, no worrying about a cutting board, no nothing. So there you go. And then these, I am gonna fold in to make little tuck spots, which I think will be really cute in here. Because it's small, I'm gonna tuck in some, you know, some little tags and things like that. So there you go. Now I see my music sheet. It was caught by the stapler, but not fully, just one. So I might put one more staple just in the center because I don't want it to fall out. Or do I? Maybe I do. Because look, I put it upside down. There, it happens. So I'm actually just gonna put that with the scraps for another day. So there you go. And there's our book. And I have these really cool, I just printed them off. This was a freebie from My Porch Prints, I think. Yep, it says so. Anyway, can be printed and used in art projects to sell. So when I found it, I thought it was so cool because it sure saves me having to type, and you get all these different words. So go over to her website and you can download it for free. I spent my morning catching up on other people's YouTube videos today, getting more inspiration, which was great. I have had the best week. I am gonna be on the design team for Cheaply Chic, and I am so excited for my journal to come. I watched her release video yesterday and they are beautiful. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So stay tuned for those videos, and I'll link her channel down below. So I'm just gonna put a little title on the front, but that does not look good. Maybe my little music sheet would make a good layering tool for that. So I'm just gonna tear the edges. I think I'll ink them up because it's really vintage music paper, so it's yellowed, and I don't want it to just fade into this gold wallpaper that I used for the cover. So I'm just gonna ink it up. A lot of the YouTube ladies that I've been watching, they don't use as dark of ink as I do, and I love how their projects turn out, but I swear I'm hooked on this. This is chocolate chip. I use it on like almost everything, so I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or but I really like how it makes everything jump out, so I'm okay with it. Dare to be different. All right, so just gonna do some of my glue, and then I actually put something heavy on here while it dries. I find that the wallpaper is harder to get a good stick, so I use my Tombow because it's my best glue, and yet unless I put something heavy on there, sometimes you can peel it off, and I don't like that at all. So I'm just gonna darken the edges of my little printable, and voila. You don't want to put too much thought into these because they're supposed to be fast and simple. So I really just try to grab a little handful and work from there, because once I start digging in my drawers and buckets and containers and dresser and shelves, and I get lost. I'm much better if I just have a small selection. So there you go. Maybe I'll ink the edges of this book too. Go for it. Ooh, because it's textured, it's just kind of picking up a little. I like that. So there you go. And if you preferred the look of this, it is just a pamphlet stitch. I'm pretty sure I have other videos showing how I did that, and if you can't find mine, just put pamphlet stitch into the search on YouTube and you will find it. So there we go. And what I was going to show you really quickly is that you can also, like, what else did I have there? Oh, I had this and I didn't use it. Is that you can also make small ephemera to go with it. So I'm just gonna snip this off a little bit. I'm not going to show you a bunch of small ephemera, but if you're a journal maker already, then all you do is just take the regular ephemera that you make and make it tiny. See, look, I'm going to just use my bone folder here to make it the folds a little bit. Really want those to be creased. So this is just a little flip down. You can journal in there. You could put a little bit of line paper if you had that for a scrap. Like I have these. so you could easily just put that on there as a background, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is. That's cute. And then for these little thingies, lots of times if I'm gonna, like, let's say I'm gonna include it in here, then I'll just, you know, dangle it over a page or a topper, for a topper, I mean. And then I've got like all kinds of cute little, look at that. Isn't that cute? And, you know, if you wanted to take it one step further, you can just run a little bit of the Tombow glue, this, just down the sides, and you've actually got a closed envelope. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great night, everybody.